know you've seen those videos where there's someone telling you, hey, did you know the correct way to use an unpicker is to slide that little red bobble under the stitches? This is correct. That is the right way to use an unpicker. But I've been sewing professionally for 14 years and I've been teaching it for 10. I almost never unpick using that method myself, and I never recommend it to my students either. Here's why. So this is a twill woven cotton. It's fairly sturdy. I'm just going to unpick a couple of stitches to start us off, and then what that method teaches us is to put the bobble through the seam, under the stitching, and push. Now the thread is weaker than the fabric, most definitely in this case, so I shouldn't have much of an issue unpicking. And this unpicker's had a bit of use, so it's maybe a little bit blunt. But honestly, I've had this happen with sharp unpickers, with blunt unpickers. So you'll be unpicking merrily, and if your tension on both sides of the seam is off, or if you aren't applying any even pressure to your unpicker as you push, obviously I'm fudging this a little bit to demonstrate, this can happen. I have had this happen to me several times in the past, which is why I stopped using this method basically ever. The only time I'll ever use it is if I don't care about the outcome. Maybe I'm taking something apart to make something else with it, and it doesn't matter if a seam gets ripped. But honestly, if I needed to put this back together, I'm stuffed. I can't. There's no way that's going back together. There's a big hole in it. I'm always saying to my students that the right way to do something is the way that works for you. But honestly, those videos teaching this method have been driving me crazy for a couple of years, just because I never see anybody discussing what can go wrong. And if you're brand new to sewing and you're using your lovely new seam ripper and you wreck your first ever garment, I mean, that's heartbreaking, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. So it's just a little warning, so now you know. If you'd like to see more sewing tips, hit subscribe. Let's keep in touch.